This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I am here on the hillsides up above Banyuls with a young man called Kesteloot, who's actually been giving us some wonderful wines to taste. As you can see, we're in quite a picturesque place. We've managed to find a place out of the sun and the wind. How are you today, sir?
Perfect, thank you.
Now, how long have you been making wine in Banyuls and Collioure for?
I make wine for 12 years ago.
And why did you choose to come here?
Look at this.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
That's the answer.
And for those people unfamiliar with the appellations down here, how would you explain them?
Yeah, there is different things. The soil, as you can see, is a schist, only schist.
Only schist.
Only schist.
Yes, yeah.
We've got different color. Like this one is brown, and we've got also some very small parts are gray or black. After the grape variety, we've got Grenache, the king of the grape variety here, and also different like Mourvèdre, Syrah for the red.
And you have some Carignan as well.
We have
some
Carignan. Yeah, especially on this part, for example, in this block, or for all vineyards, everything is mixed, like Grenache, Carignan. And the other thing we speak before about the wind. This is very important for the disease because they dry everything, and that's why we don't use a lot of things to protect the vineyard.
So herbicides and pesticides you don't really need to use?
In my vineyard, no.
Okay, but you were saying that oidium is actually a bit of an issue here.
Yeah, because now the wind also can bring some disease.
I see.
It dry everything, but it can bring. So you have to check very often. And but one thing very important, for example, for the oidium, is to select only the I don't remember the name, the sarment.
Sarment.
Like.
I will put a subtitle with the real name for that underneath.
With the sarment, with the grapes, you've got the element with the grapes, and
yes.
you select, you off the other one,
and
you just keep this one, and the sun help with this disease. With
I see.
He burn the
sunlight being the best disinfectant.
Exactly.
Right. So, now you were talking about white wine, and I tasted a few nights ago. I tasted your white Collioure, which I was not familiar with before. Which white varietals do you have here?
We've got Grenache Gris and Grenache Blanc. And I think the one you taste is from Madlock, is a blend of different grape varieties. We've got Grenache Gris, Vermentino, and Roussanne.
Okay. So we've been speaking mainly, I've been tasting mainly the drier wines of Banyuls and Collioure, but there is a whole sweet quotient to that, which is possibly the more traditional. Is that not true?
Exactly. Yeah, here the appellation starts with the sweet. It was very traditional because, and that's why we've got many. We speak about that before about different grapes. They start with oxidized sweet wine. It was very traditional. After we start to make for the family dry, especially red, and after we start to pick only the gray and the white to make dry white, and we vinificate and we say, wow, there is an acidity, and for us it was impossible to see there is an acidity. We can think about that because we have got the sun, we've got the wind, and after there is an acidity come from the soil.
Yes,
and it's incredible. That's why now we start to be well known more for the white and for the dry, especially.
And you also have a fair bit of rosé as well going on, right?
Yeah, it's true, and it's compared to the whites. There is an acidity and also a body. We make more rosé wine to eat and not only to drink. We have to eat at the same time.
So it's not saignée because you don't need to concentrate.
Yeah, we make the twice.
All right, because I wouldn't think you need to concentrate anymore here, no?
Depend about the grape variety.
Okay.
After it's very good. It's interesting because we can concentrate a little bit, but after we make wine come from assemblage. We make assemblage, and you can have a very high concentration for a grape variety and another a little bit less. And when you make an assemblage at the end, you've got the perfection. So that's why it can be interesting.
Traditionally, and also at home for yourself, what kind of foods do you eat with the wines of your region?
The food for the region, and a lot of the vegetables here. The tomato is very interesting with the tip of wine. The spicy are very interesting also for the red. and after you see the Mediterranean.
Oh yes.
And all the fish.
Of course, of course. Now we had escargot today, snails. Is that something that you actually eat on a regular basis, or do you just feed that to tourists?
No, we eat.
Okay,
we
okay.
Eat. Yeah, we eat. And
I have
we
to
like
say
this.
they were delicious. They were
yeah,
very
it
good.
was delicious.
Yeah.
But when we eat together with a family of friends, it's more Catalan traditionally.
Right.
We've got the snail with the, I don't remember.
The shell? Garlic?
With garlic.
Yes, yeah.
And you've got the wood, and we cook very quickly like this, and after we take with a small element of food like this.
Oh, we had some with aioli and bread yesterday.
Exactly.
And it was cooked on the barbecue, and it was fantastic.
You have this way with aioli or just with salt and pepper.
Oh,
and so good.
My son loves snails. He's only 4 years old, and that's his favorite thing. So
Perfect.
I have to teach him this method. Okay. And you think Grenache is king here? You think that's the very best grape when it comes to red grapes? What about white grapes?
Yeah, Grenache have different color. You've got the red, the grey, and the white, and it's the king because you can have the grapes here, and he grow very easily. So that's why I say it's the king here compared to different grapes.
Now you have some vineyards just over that way. How old are the vines that you have here? Because I've noticed lots of these vines are pretty old.
Pretty old. I think this one was planted in like 50s. In the 50s,
wow.
And we've got some blocks planted in the 1906.
Now,
so
I was looking at some of the terraced vineyards over there, which can obviously only be harvested manually.
Yeah.
How do you justify the cost of labour when the wines of Banyuls and Collioure are still very inexpensive in the grand scheme of things?
Yeah, I think we've got we are very small.
Yes.
Very small appellation, and we've got a problem of we are not very famous for the quantity of production, but we start to be well known now, and because I think we've got the quality of the wine.
Almost definitely.
And that's why we have to progress more and more for that to be well known, and after the price can increase, and I think it could be very interesting because you can see in this way there is many blocks are lost now because the price are not very important to continue. Some wineries stopped.
Right. So you have abandoned vineyards up there.
Exactly, and I hope so we can continue not only to sell to have a very expensive price, but just to continue to have wines here.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully that's a good nod towards the future for Banyuls and Collioure and all the other little appellations that we haven't mentioned yet. Thank you very much for joining us at Good Food Revolution today. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.